I hope you're fine today. Okay. So we were discussing on the topic questions, and we are halfway somewhere to complete it. So today, in today's class, we will be studying about the remaining of question tags. There are some rules yet to be taught, and after we discuss them all, we shall be doing question answers. Your questions will be answered. We will discuss on what you ask. Okay. So let's begin. Did you see the screen over here? Do you see the slide, today's slide, the first slide? If the sentence begins with let's, it's already done, I think, right? Okay. Okay. So isn't is in an universal truth statements with universal truth. Sunrise is the east, isn't it? Universal truth, the question tag will be isn't it? Pronoun will be it for universal truths, for proverbs, and for quotations. Is my sound clear, dear students? Okay. For universal truths, you have to use the subject it. Okay, pronouns it. So sun rises in the east. That's isn't it? Proverbs, slow and steady wins the race, isn't it? Man is great by hurt, not by caste, isn't it? So these are the pronouns or this is the pronoun you use for universal truth, proverbs, and quotations. Change line. All right, there are some subjects. Please have a great look here. Have a serious look over here on this slide. It's very important. Question tag, if the statement follows the subject one, the pronoun in question tag will be one itself. All right, one saying just the one should study hard, just the one should obey, one ought to obey their parents one, ought to one name. Then one ko pronoun subject tag question one name. That this and that will be changed into it. And those will be changed into they, and there will be changed into there itself, and something, anything, nothing, and everything will be changed into it. So exercises or examples based on this will be coming later. Have a patience, dear students. Okay, see. Somebody, anybody, people, someone, anyone, some, nobody, everybody, one, no one, everyone, none, each. Mr. Jack has asked, there will change into there itself, Babu. There will change into there itself. So, for example, there are some chairs on the let's say in the room. So you can say aren't there? Okay. Well, sure, please. Poco 3. It would be better, dear student, if I could see your real name. Bipin also raised a hand. Please, you can ask me questions, but let's finish them first. You must stay patient for some time, okay? Or else the lesson will not be completed. At last, there will be question answer session. You guys, what you should do is you must be ready. You must stay with your note copies and pencil, papers. And whenever you feel like to ask, you will just note it down for later, not at the moment. Because now at the moment, if you ask, what happens is the fluency, is broken. The continuation is broken. And I'll not be that much effective. And you not be, my class will not be effective either. Therefore, dear students, please have patience. Just note down questions only. You note down. So these are the subjects. If in statements, the question tag subject will be they. All right. None, each, neither of. So exercises. So let's read first for 45 minutes. Then we can do questions in remaining 50. Yeah, that's it. Bahesi. Very nice. That's what I'm asking. You have seized my tongue. All right. So let's go ahead You know, the exercise is based on this slide. There will be examples. We see. We go ahead. Okay, another slide. Another slide. Now I'm taking you on another slide. We are going back. So yesterday, some student asked me, "Sir, would rather would go to hospital. Sorry, would go. So how to understand question tags of them for them? Please, let's see. Would better, I apostrophe D better, that means had. You know, how do you say that? Would better is because the only identity how you can find out, how you can recognize it's had or would is after D, there is better, that's had. Similarly, I apostrophe D rather means there is identity that is rather. Rather will let you know this is would. And for this will be wouldn't. For example, you would rather go home. You would rather go home, wouldn't you? Okay. Likewise, I would go to hospital. After would, after D, there is go right away without rather and better. You then there is no I apostrophe D. पछि better छ भने त्यो had भनेर पढ्नु होला र जसको ट्याग क्वेशन hadn't हुनेछ ध्यान दिएर सुन्नुस् I apostrophe D पछि better छ भने त्यो had भनेर पढ्नु हुनेछ र I apostrophe D छ र rather छ भने त्यसलाई would भनेर पढ्नेछौं जसको क्वेशन ट्याग चाहिँ wouldn't you हुनेछ अर्थात would भनेर हुनेछ ध्यान दिनु होला त्यस्तै गरी I apostrophe D पछि direct अर्थात straight away V1 छ infinitive right bare infinitive verb छ goes right त्यो कुनै पनि हुन सक्छ verb चाहिँ V1 त्यस्तो अवस्थामा चाहिँ हामीले यसलाई would भनेर नै पढ्ने छौं र I apostrophe D पछि यदि V3 छ first participle form छ भने त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले gone भनेर पढ्ने छौं अर्थात had भनेर पढ्ने छौं यसको डिटेलमा तल पनि दिएको छु so the same thing is furnished in a bird's eye view. You can see down has to means sorry another side I am his student is it's very simple, everybody knows it. Now has to change it into doesn't, have to change it into don't in negative, had to didn't on the slide. I think this already we yesterday already completed, but I'm just doing it in a short. I'm doing this in a short. Okay, very short. Your mother has a headache, doesn't see, and hasn't see, both correct because it talks about the state. It refers to a state of something or somebody, both possible. When it talks about something, it's the state of something or somebody, then both possible, doesn't or hasn't. And you know, in American English and British English, this thing is dealt with different. This thing is dealt differently. All right, Americans and British say I have to go home, so they would say don't die, and Americans haven't died. So this is different case. All right, you should not fall behind it because what is prescribed in academic in English curriculum in Nepal is we have to follow British English for academic writing and learning as long as we are in school and colleges. So we have a problem now, don't we, or haven't we? Both correct. They had a big house, didn't or hadn't they? You know, why both possible? It's because both is given priority. American English and British English, both is given priority here. That's why. You know, anybody has a question here? Why both is given priority for referring to a state of something or somebody? It's because both American and British English are powerful forms of English, and both have been given priority. But even out of these two, if we had to give priority, we would give priority only British English. Is that clear? Okay. So yesterday, some student asked me, sir, what does this have and why both are given priority? This is the reason, because both two forms are peer form, or let's say powerful forms. If these verbs are used as the action verbs, the tag question begins with do, does, did. It's very simple. if they work as an action verb. There are action verb, there are two types of verbs, action verb, generally two types of verb, auxiliary verb and action verb. So if it's action verb, means main verb, then question tag will be do, does, or negative auxiliary verb will be do, does, did. For example, she always has a cold bath, means she always takes a cold bath. Here has is compared with takes. She bathes, that means she bathes. All right, that's why doesn't she. ध्यान दिएर सुन्नु होला, एकदमै अझै राम्रोसँग सुन्नुहोस् यसलाई, कतिपय कन्फ्युजनमा हुनु होला। यो always पछि जुन has छ नि, यो has लाई चाहिँ हामीले मेन verb को रूपमा लिइरहेको छौं। ध्यान दिएर सुन्नु होला। यो यसलाई तपाईले यसरी बुझ्न सक्नुहुन्छ। यसलाई यदि अझै लाइक कम्प्लिकेटेड लागिरहेको छ भने has लाई यसको इक्विभ्यालेन्ट अर्को खोज्नुस्, takes भन्ने खोज्नुस् त। takes भन्ने खोज्नु भयो भने अनि यो मेन verb भन्ने action verb भन्ने थाहा हुनेछ। जस्तो she always takes a bath. Okay, what if the question is your mother had a headache? Both possible. This talks about the state. You can either say in American or in British. You can say didn't she, or hadn't she. Both correct. Okay. You can either say your mother had a headache, means didn't she, or hadn't she. So rather sanga matra would huncha? Yes, of course. Sumit Saha has asked me. Rather sanga matri would huncha. Exactly. Aru sanga huna sakdena. Very good question. And this is the question from everyone. Now they have a good talk, don't they? They have a good talk. You know why? They have a good talk, haven't they? They have a good. That's also possible. That's also possible. But तर यहाँनिर ध्यान दिएर सुन्नु होला, त्यो possible चाहिँ यतिखेर चाहिँ छैन। किनभने माथि हेर्नुस् त 2 नम्बरमा के लेखिरहेको छ आई मा, यी verbहरूलाई, if these verbs are used as action verbs, because you can now compare this have को अर्थ यहाँनिर they did a good talk भन्ने अर्थ हुन्छ। have लाई did सँग तुलना गर्नुस्, do verb सँग तुलना गर्नुस् त। सञ्जिता जी, यसलाई चाहिँ तपाईले यो जुन have a good talk छ नि, they have लाई चाहिँ did सँग तुलना, sorry, they लाई चाहिँ have सँग तुलना, they do a good talk भन्ने, त्यसलाई have लाई do सँग तुलना गर्नुस् न। they do a good talk भनेपछि they don't do होला नि, right? The have लाई हामीले main action verb यसको विकल्प खोज्नुस् त अल्टरनेटिभमा, जसको अर्थ do हुन्छ, right? र do को नेगेटिभ don't हुन्छ। त्यो चाहिँ यहाँनिर main verb को रूपमा आएको छ के action verb को रूपमा। Is that okay? They would tell you, of course, wouldn't they? Sumit Saad, wouldn't they? Okay, now she had a look at them. She had a look at him. Didn't she? That's okay. Now we move ahead. I will not repeat it. Next slide. Forward. Okay, now if they come as auxiliary verbs, then only this is possible, hasn't possible. But American English and British English, they are different. So we are not supposed to. Condition of no tags, sir. Condition of no tags. That's coming up. That's weird. Ajay, wait, please. Sita has done her homework. So her is here. So has is here as auxiliary verb. So therefore, we use has right away to make question tag. Is that clear? They have done their work. Have is used here as an auxiliary verb. Therefore, we take it as a right away. Okay. So negative words, positive tag. It's very simple. Now, rarely, these are negative words. Rarely, barely, merely, scarcely, seldom, hardly, never, no, little. So these are the negative words. Okay. And when these words are used in a sentence, you must use for negative tag. You have to make negative. So you have to make positive tag because these are negative words. So what some student asked me a question a little earlier. His question was, there is, what is the tag question of there? It's okay, there is there. You can see the example. There is little we can do about it. Is there. Don't say isn't there. However, sentence looks positive. Sentence sounds positive. but you will not be treating it as positive because a little is negative. Okay, so now, dear students, let's go ahead. To supply the tag questions to the sentences having either if we have to use question tag on proverb, then what should we use as tag? There is a question someone has asked me. Madhushudanji, you have asked me a very good question. If we have to use question tag on proverb, then what should we use as tag? Okay, if we have to use question tag on proverbs. All right. So as we discussed a little earlier, question tag in proverbs we use it. All right, it's fine. Then have will be haven't, no problem. And it will be, it will be measured, it will be taken, it will be treated as main verb or auxiliary verb. If your quotation is with have as auxiliary verb, then you will use it right away, hasn't, haven't. If it is used as, action verb, then you'll have to go for alternative auxiliaries like don't, doesn't. Okay, that's very simple. It's not that much serious issue. You can generalize it. Okay, now to supply the tag questions to the sentences having either dot dot or neither dot dot nor. So neither no dot 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 means there is a subject. Neither in between the between these dots that there is subject. Okay, these dots, the place of dots is for subjects. Now, the noun or pronoun closer to the verb is the determining factor. Very simple. Either you, see, listen, either you or hurry is to be penalized. So what is the subject close to the verb? The subject close to the verb is hurry. And pronoun of hurry is he. That's why question tag is he. Please remember, once again, these kind of questions are a little tricky. Things are studied once, if we forget it sometime later. Things are learned once, at once these are forgotten. That's why please be reminded with this. The subject closer to the verb will be given priority. That will be more predominant subject. That will be predominant subject. And according to which we have to make question tag. Similarly, another example, either hurry or you are to be penalized. Look at, what is the subject closer to the verb? Oh, you may be confused. Where is the verb here? That's verb is he are. Okay. So either hurry or you are. So are is a verb. Are is a verb. And the subject near are, near this verb, is you. That's why question tag is made according to the verb, the subject near to the verb or closer to the verb. Okay, two participants. You want to ask some questions? Please, you can ask. Go ahead. Bipin, you can ask me, please. But do fast, please. Don't get late because we'll have to complete this anyway today. We have lots of questions to answer. Please. All right, Madhusudan, you have asked me either they or hurry is to be penalized. Question tag, either they or hurry. So the verb, the subject near to the verb is hurry. That's why your answer will be isn't he, because you have to change hurry into pronoun because that is near to the verb. Hurry is near to is. Okay. Samrachana Sharma has asked, all right, Samrachana, your question, either they or I am going to the party. Either they or I am. It's very simple. What is the main verb? Sorry, what is the verb here? Am, be verb. But after all, it's verb. Am is verb, and the subject near verb is I. That's why, according to the new subject near verb, that's I. So you can say, amn't I? Amn't I? Okay, don't say aren't I, amn't I? Okay, neither Martin nor Bina did it. So near verb near subject near verb is Bina. That's why I did C, because it's negative. Okay, now another question, another rule. If there is no auxiliary in the sentences, no auxiliaries, do, does, did. It's very simple. Everybody knows, even donkey-minded knows it. That's you are normal or ordinary students. You can know it. Okay, another. Now we have some questions here, some exercises. Dear students, now exercises. You should pay your credit card bill. What do you say? What is question tag of this? You should pay your credit card bill. I'm expecting I expect someone to answer this first. Who is ready? Shouldn't you? Very good. All right. Amantai, yes, yes. Of course, in Sanjita Thapa, Amantai, I told you the same thing. All right. Please do not ask questions back to back unless one is answered completely. Madhusudan has, okay, well, your question will be answered. Just number 2. They have to drive to Chicago next week. So what's the answer? They have to drive to Chicago next week. Don't they? Very good, very good. Many of you have answered. Don't they have to drive? Don't have to. You have to change that into negative first. Don't have to. That's why don't they. Those carrots aren't very good. How do you say? Are they? Wow. Why not those? Why not those? Why not those? Aren't those? Why not? Because we studied the same thing a little earlier. That was those, it changed into they. Now, you love me. What is question tag? Don't you? Don't you? You can't play the piano. Can't. Oh, it's very simple. Dear students, can you? All right, she has to work this evening. Doesn't she? She had to work yesterday too. What is question tag? She had to work. I'm confused. I don't know. I'm expecting you people. Oh, well, didn't see. Very good. Rob will go fishing with us this weekend. What's question tag? Want? He. Do not say Rob. You don't write the names. You have to change that into pronoun whenever, because that's the chalan. That's read. That's name of tech questions. You have to change the subject into pronoun. You were able to find it on the internet. On the internet. How do you say? Weren't you? All right, this quiz wasn't too hard. This is changed into also. Yes, very good. Wasn't it? Was it? Was it? Okay. Now another. Paul's from Liverpool. What is it? Paul's from is or has? Okay. No, wasn't. No, wasn't. It's isn't. Isn't he? And Grace studied physics at university. What is it? Didn't he? Very good. You don't smoke, do you? Okay. You know how to drive? Do you? Very good. He will come to the party. Won't he? Very good. The capital of China is Beijing. What is it? Isn't it? Why? Because somebody answer. Why it is it here? Why we are using pronoun it here? Why? Somebody tell me. Because, just right reason. Because it's a place. It's a fact. More than place. Don't say place. It's a fact. It's a truth. Now, she isn't joking. Isn't she? Or is she? Is she? Okay. Now, because now we don't do more questions. It's very simple. Now here, little harder questions. Little harder. You have heard the news? Haven't you? Okay. I'm not late for the meeting. How you say? I'm not late for the meeting. Am I? Huh? Am I? No, don't say are I. You can't say are I. Am I is correct. Okay. Mike's already gone home. What does Mike's means here? What does Mike's mean here? What does Mike's mean here? Has. Okay, Mike's already, because there is V3. All right, you couldn't lend me 50 euros. How do you say? What would you say? Could you? Could you? Okay, very good. The film hasn't started yet. Oh, it's simple, you know. You're going to go away this weekend. Oh, very simple. You are going to go away. What is it? Aren't you? Okay. Now I have a question to some of you. So one of you, they lost the match. What is the answer? Very good, didn't they? All right. Now last question. Eva sings very well. Eva sings very well. How do you say? What is the answer? Doesn't see. Why doesn't see? Why not don't? Why not don't? Why not don't? Just write the reason. Because it's V5. Wow. Dear students, very nice. You are doing lovely. Okay. Now, some more questions. Oh no, they are vegetarians. And I have made a chicken casserole. How do you say? Aren't they? Don't care about, oh no, that's just tricky. It's just trying to, you know, the question maker is trying to trick you. Well, your sister couldn't give me a lift. What's the answer? My car won't start. Could see. Very good. All right. Now 24. Let's go out tonight. Let's go out tonight. Question tag. Huh? Shall we? Don't say could we. Shall we? It's because imperative. You will remember. All right, everybody. Number 28. Everybody enjoy Tom's party. How do you say? How do you say? Didn't they? Very good, very good. Didn't they? Because past simple tense, B2 is there. And by the way, everybody, indefinite subject pronoun. Indefinite subject is here. That's why they. Okay, so in this from this slide, do you have any difficult question you can ask me? Because I'm not going to do all of them. No, sir. Okay, let's go ahead then. It's a squandering of time. Okay, so now my lesson for question tags is over. Now, dear students, you can, I don't think C can solve it. Some student has asked me a question. Do I? I don't think C can solve it. Okay, any more questions? Okay, sir, will you repeat the answer of 4 number? 4 number, which 4 number? 21, 22, 23, 24? You mean to say 24? You mean to say 24? I think I know it. Okay, yes, I have. Okay, wait, 27. To 4 numbers means 24. Let's go out, shall we? Okay, shall we? 20, okay, many of you, please don't ask, just have patience. If one student has already asked a question, others must keep quiet, others must stay back. Just hold on. Not only 4. Only 4? What is that? Okay, your question is not clear. Well, Aisha has asked, she had danced that evening, hadn't she? Aisha, because after D there is verb 3, past participle danced. That's why, hadn't she? Okay. Now, next question. No, shall you don't say. Shall you? No, will you? Always will you, but not shall you. Well, please now I'll keep asking, but one by one in a row. No, don't ask me back to back, very back to back. Slide number 2, question number 4. Okay, slide number 2, question. Well, dear students, Himalji, just wait. Everyone, please have patience. Have patience. This slide, you mean say this slide? You know how to write this question, Himalji? Okay. You know how to drive. Do you? You know how to drive. Do you? Okay, do you? Next, how to supply correct tag? Huh? How to supply? Ram had hurry to do his work. Ram had hurry, didn't he? Ram had hurry, didn't he? Can you show 15 number slide? Okay, Sipa has asked me, Shipa. 15 number, 15 number, slide 15. Okay. 15 number, the film hasn't started yet. Is this? Okay, Shipa, answer of this question is, has it? Has it? Okay. The film, pronoun of the film is it. Is that okay? Now, why don't you, Gaurav has asked me, wait, students. Wait, many questions have been asked at the time. It's barking dog seldom bites. Barking dog seldom bites, seldom is negative. Seldom is negative word, that's why it's positive is, does it? Okay, don't say doesn't it, does it, because seldom is negative word. Why don't you do in question number 4, sir? I have already done question number 4. They think the thief is caught. They think the thief is caught. They think. You have to make question tag on the basis of the first phrase, first clause. Okay, so they think positive is our question tag is don't they. Okay, don't they. Any more questions? There were, well, Himal has asked me, there were, Himal has asked that there were some people at the gate, weren't there? Yes, of course, weren't there. Why were is not used as main verb. There were some people. It's not used here. Your question is why where is not used here as main verb. Well, it's who says it's not used as main verb here? It's main verb here. This is main verb, Babu. There were some people. There were some people at the gate. That's main verb, as a main verb here. Main verb means auxiliary verb, but works as action verb here. It does some action, that's why. Okay, all was wrong. This is also this all is also changed into is. All was wrong. That's it, isn't it? Okay. Any more? Any more questions, dear students? Ganga Gairi has asked. Wait. Lots of questions. Whose answer is to be answered? Whose answer? Now, is tag question used in reported speech? Oh, why not? Why not? Tag question is used in reported speech. So, for example, let me make a question to you. My father said, you are a good boy, aren't you? Inverted commas close. Yes, we can make. Well, there will the will of the will of people prevails. What's the answer? Oh, Mahesh has asked. The will of people prevails. The will of people prevails is is here. Prevails is a verb, main verb, so doesn't. Of course, it doesn't, and it's like quotation. It's like quotation. Sorry, it's a proverb. Something like it's like proverb. Sorry, what did I say? Proverb. So that's why doesn't. Wait, the people. What's the answer, sir? The will of people prevails. It's treated as isn't it? Isn't it? Don't say doesn't, because it's a proverb. It's a proverb. Somebody may have said it. So that's why use it, isn't it? Okay. Any more questions? Please go ahead. Is tag question used in reported speech? Question number 27. Vinay has asked question number 27. Which 27? Which slide you're talking about? Okay. Now 27. Okay. Don't forget to turn up the computer before you leave. Okay. Don't forget to turn off the computer before you leave. Will you? Okay. Will you? Because it's imperative sentence, either positive or negative. There will be will you also. Only will you. Okay. We don't say we want to. Never give up. Never give up. Will you? Never give up. Will you? If you invited me, I would join your party. I would join your party. If you invited me, I would join you. Didn't you? Didn't you? Okay. Didn't you? Yeah, that's the answer. Anybody else? Amit Sudedi, never give. I have already. That's why question number 4 takes positive. I already answered. Srijana, sir, number 20, number 12. Number 12 is, okay, number 12 is I'm not late for the meeting. I'm not late for the meeting. Haven't I? Haven't I? No. Am I? I'm not late for the meeting. Am I? Okay. So, well, anybody else? Sorry, number 12. Okay, any more questions here, students? Had it rained, I would have brought an umbrella. Okay. Well, had it rained, I would have brought an umbrella. Question tag of hadn't it? Hadn't it? There is no doubt because it's past perfect tense. Okay. You must stay here tonight. Question tag of this, mustn't you? You must stay here tonight. It's obligation. That's why mustn't you? Okay. Okay, next, number 19. Number 19. Okay, I'll find out number 19. Your slide. I'll take you in the slide first. Number 19 is, okay. There is an old Pacino film on TV tonight. Hey, these are foreign names. It's difficult to pronounce sometimes. These names are not like Nepalese names. There is an Al Pacino film on TV tonight. There is an isn't there. Okay, isn't there. Number 19, Kishanji. And Madhusudan has, you have had studied hard. You have had studied hard. So it's present perfect tense, Babu. Have here as main verb, auxiliary verb, had is V3. Means you have had studied. You have had studied hard. Yeah, we can use 2 auxiliaries at a time. That's possible. You have had studied hard as haven't, because the first you need to give priority to the first auxiliary verb. The first auxiliary verb near the subject. Haven't you? Don't say you have had. You have had studied hard. Okay. Haven't you? Well, there are lots of questions. My God, at a time you are asking so many questions. Whom to answer? Okay, I'll answer the recent question we mentioned. Shall we? She shall come. She shall come. We mentioned She shall come. What do you want? Question tag of she shall come. Oh, actually, shall is not used with, generally shall is not used with the subject she, except with subject I and we. But if it's the rule and law of some constitution, this shall is used with any subject in constitution, in constitutional laws. Okay, in that sense, it's shanti, shanti. One should do one's duty. One should do one's duty. Shouldn't one? Shouldn't one? Okay. Shouldn't one? Ram says, you are fool. Ram says, you are fool. Question tag of this. Oh my God. What are you asking? Question tag or something else in the reported speech? Ram says, you are fool. Ram said the first clause is to be given more priority. The first clause, that means doesn't he? Okay? Doesn't he? Sir, someone is asking, I think you will obtain the first position in this exam. I think you will obtain the first position in this exam. I think, given the first priority, the first clause is given more priority. So according to that, you have to make question tag, don't you? Don't I? I think, don't I? Okay. Next. Now, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh my God. Really a strange question. Monalisha has asked this question. Happy birthday. Even I have to think about it. Happy birthday to you. Do you know? You may have seen it already. Monalisha, if you have already seen this, please share with me also. Happy birthday to you. I means wish you a happy birthday. That means you have the full version. The full version of happy birthday to you is wish you. Means happy birthday to you. May I? Question tag is may I? I think so. I'm not sure about it, but I'll see it. I'll see it. Please, I'll see it. I'm not sure about it because may you have a happy birthday. That's full version. I'm translating, I'm converting it into full version. And full version of this sentence is happy birthday, wish you a happy birthday. I wish you a happy birthday. May you have a happy birthday. May I wish you a happy birthday. Understood? That's why. May I? Happy birthday to you. May I? Or will you let me wish you a happy birthday? When will you? Both possible. But may I is more appropriate. May I? So she question tag for he lived here no longer. She has asked me, he lived here no longer, didn't he? Who cares? Who cares? Question tag. Oh, who cares? Question tag, who cares? Who can tell me? Anybody can tell me who cares? Question tag. Again, is pop. Okay. Who cares? Do they? Who cares? Do they? Do they? Don't they? I will see it. I'll see it. I'll see it, my boy. Mahesh, I'll see this. They have to drive to Chicago next week. Who has asked this question? So Sajida has asked, they have to drive to Chicago next week. They have to drive means here, don't they? Don't they? Okay, so many questions, whom to answer at a time, whom all to answer. Okay, recent question. I would have brought an umbrella if it had rained people. If it had rained before, I would have brought means wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? Okay. Question number 26. Question number 26. There weren't any mistakes in my essay. Were there? Were there? Okay. Were there? He is no more. Question tag of he is no more is isn't he. Thank you very much. Don't it? Thank you very much. No. Will you? Don't say don't it. Will you means you have to translate into full version. Full version is thank you very much is I want to express thank you very much to you. Or will you let me say thank you very much? Answer is will you then. Thank you very much means I thank you very much. It's imperative. So will you? How nicely the bird sings. How nicely the bird sings. Question tag, you mean? Okay. How nicely the bird sings. Doesn't, isn't, so the, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? How nicely the bird sings, doesn't it? Okay. How care? Ram cares, doesn't he? Ram cares, doesn't he? It's okay. I care, don't I? Okay. Question number 28. Everybody enjoys Tom's party. So here, enjoyed is V2, and everybody is pronoun in tag question is they. That's why did they? Did they? And didn't they? It's positive sentence, then negative tag. May go for it. May I go for it? Huh? What do you mean? Question number 28. I have done. Now a recent question. Mr. Jack, had it rained, I would have brought an umbrella. I would have brought an umbrella if it had rained before. I would have brought an umbrella if it had. What is the difference between I as first and one number and two number versions? Two versions. You mean difference between these two versions? Okay. Had it rained can also be said. Only the way people express is different, but it's not that much different. The meaning will be the same. Had it rained, I would have brought an umbrella, or I would have brought an umbrella if it had rained before. Both mean the same. Okay, don't be confused. Now, the way people express, the way how people find it comfortable, that is the difference. The dress costs about Rs 750. The dress costs. The dress is in a subject here, and pronoun of it is it. Cost is verb 5. So doesn't it? I hope it will rain today. So I have already told you. ध्यान दिएर सुन्नु होला, यो क्वेशन धेरै पटक सोधिसक्नु भएको छ. यस्तो सेन्टेन्समा हामीले ट्याग क्वेशन पहिलो क्लजको आधारमा गर्छौं हामीले. पहिलो क्लजलाई अब तपाईहरु टेन्स नै थाहा छैन भने त मैले के गर्ने हैन. अब यो टेन्स चाहिँ प्रेजेन्ट सिम्पलमा छ किनभने सब्जेक्ट आई अनि होप चाहिँ V1 र यसको नेगेटिभ चाहिँ आई डोन्ट होप हुन्छ. त्यही डोन्टलाई हामीले ट्याग क्वेशनलाई नै युज गर्दिने. डोन्ट आई. We may fail at first. 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 What is question? This question is not that much clear. So mayn't we? Mayn't we? It's okay, mayn't we? Mayn't we? None of the problem. No, some student. Difference between the tags. I meant. What do you mean? Okay, Samrachana has asked, none of the problems are right. No. None of the problems are. No, it's not are, it's is. After problems, you have to say is, not are. Not, when you use the subject none. None is indefinite subject, okay? So none, indefinite subject, and treat it as singular verb. And the same thing we'll study in agreement in Conquered chapter also, don't worry. So that's why none of the problems is right means, none of the problems is right means isn't. Don't say aren't they. See how strange is this? Strange है यो. None of these problems is चाहिँ हुने स्टेटमेन्टमा चाहिँ, तर ट्याग क्वेशन चाहिँ are they. ट्याग क्वेशनमा चाहिँ are they हुन्छ, are लाग्छ. किनकि नन चाहिँ प्लुरलको रूपमा मानिन्छ र अग्रिमेन्टको भाषामा चाहिँ यसलाई सिंगुलरको रूपमा मानिन्छ. ध्यान दिएर सुन्नुस्, ननलाई अग्रिमेन्टको भाषामा प्लुरलको रूपमा सिंगुलरको रूपमा मानिन्छ र ट्याग क्वेशनमा चाहिँ प्लुरलको रूपमा ट्रिट गरिन्छ. त्यसैले are they हुन्छ. Difference between the tags. Okay, had it rained, I would have brought an umbrella. I would have the same question you have asked again. Oh, you hadn't had time. You hadn't had time. That's very simple. Hadn't you? So had you? Had you? Okay. Any more questions? May you get success. May you get success. Will you? Will you? No, sorry. Shall I? May you get success. Tag question is, shall I? It's because, you know, it's the full version. Full version is, let me wish you a success. Full version. You have to change that into full version. Means, will you let me wish you a success? So then that's why will you, or so, and then will you let me means let me. Tag question is, shall I? Your name is, huh? What do you mean? I don't understand you. Your question is not clear. May God bless you. Shall I? May God bless you. Shall I? Sir, I'm fine too. Sir, I'm fine too. What do you mean? Are you saying that to me, or you want me to change that into tag? Okay, sir, I'm fine too is aren't I? Okay. He warned me of the danger. He warned me of the danger, didn't he? Okay. Kishan has asked. Question tag question. What tag question? Okay, I understood. You have been quarreling for an hour. You have been quarreling. Have is your auxiliary verb. That's why, haven't you? She must do well. Mustn't she? Mustn't she? You and he went there. You and he went there. Didn't you and he went there? Didn't you? Didn't he? Listen once again. Dear students, listen here. Here, the subject near verb is he. Didn't you? Here, it's you know, what you should say here is you. It's because you should be included. He and you went there. The question right pattern will be he. He and you. He must be brought in the first, and you should be brought later. Okay, he should be brought first, initial position, and you should be brought later. He and you went there, then didn't you? Okay, you and he went there. No, this is not right pattern. He and you went there is right pattern. May you get successful. May you get successful life. Thank you. Had I studied hard, I would have got admission in Saint Xavier. Are such questions also asked? Of course, my boy. Of course, these are asked. Next question. May you live long. Shall I? May you live long. Shall I? Okay. Any more questions, dear students? Some student has asked me a question, 10 new messages. Okay, one should do one's duty. One should do one's duty. It's okay. Shouldn't one? Shouldn't one? Shouldn't one? Okay. Any more question? We may fail it. Any more questions? I think he will come. I think he will come. Don't I? Okay, dear students. Today's may I leave? Shall I? So may I leave? Will you let me leave? That may I leave means will you? Will you? May I leave? They might go to the party, mightn't they? Mightn't they? Next, the principal and manager arrived yesterday. The principal and the manager arrived yesterday. No. That's not the principal. LE spelling is wrong. AL is right. Okay, AL is right. The principal and manager arrived yesterday. Question tag is that the principal and you know, it's singular. It's treated as singular. That's why we will study about the same thing in agreement in concrete also. The principal and manager arrived yesterday. Question tag is didn't he. So didn't he, not doesn't, not didn't they. The principal and manager is one single person, okay? And if you say, if you use double article here, the manager also, then didn't they. All right, question number 21, sir. Question number 21, sir. Oh no, they are vegetarians, aren't they? Aren't they? Okay. So, dear students, listen, as we discussed about exclamatory sentence, even, and this is a little bit tricky, even I will have to say this, I cannot answer wrong, okay? So I will need a time today, I'll say this, and in my another class, I will answer you about in the exclamatory sentence tag questions, okay? That little bit tricky, because the thing is that such things are not common in daily communications. Things, you know, there are a lot of things that even we native speakers don't have knowledge about, do we? Right? We don't have. Even native speakers of particular language don't have absolute knowledge or complete knowledge about something. That's why we need to see, we need to consult, because life is a learning process. It ends on, it starts from right after your birth and ends to the grave. That's why you will not feel otherwise, you will not take into otherwise. Uh, I will have to say in imperative, sorry, exclamatory sentence question tags today, and tomorrow I will try to answer it. Is that clear? They may come in. Question tag. Mayn't they? It's okay. Question number 27, sir. Don't forget to turn off. Will you? This is imperative sentence, either positive or negative statement. In imperative sentence, it's will you. Now, question number 27, already done. Now, Ravi is a teacher too, isn't he? Isn't he? Okay. Next. Kanchan. Kanchan has, okay, Kishan has asked, question mark, what is question mark? Just, the sooner, the better. The sooner, the better. This is it's a proverb. Okay. That's why, isn't it? Isn't it? The sooner, the better. It looks as if it's going to rain. It looks as if the first clause, it looks, isn't it? Sorry, it looks, doesn't it? It looks as if it's going to rain, doesn't it? Next, 10 number. Number 10, sir. Jessica is not angry. This 10 number, you mean? Jessica is not angry, isn't she? It's very sorry, is she? Very simple. All right. Where to ask question? What is it? What do you mean? Kushal, I don't understand. Where to ask question? No tag. Where to ask question? No tag. Hurry along, his question is not complete. Hurry along with his family visits Kathmandu. What do you mean? Question tag, it means hurry along with his family visits Kathmandu. Doesn't he? Doesn't he? Because here, hurry, you may be thinking that hurry and along his family is plural subject. No, it's on the basis of the first subject, hurry. So hurry is singular subject. That's why it's more dominant. Therefore, you have to make question tag also according to it. Now, her voice softened, didn't it? Her voice softened, didn't? Her voice softened, didn't it? Didn't it? Okay. Didn't it? Her voice is a subject here. And the pronoun of her voice is it. That's why didn't it. Next. Work for success. Work for success. Will you? Shall we proceed with voice in upcoming lesson, sir? Shall we proceed with voice in upcoming lesson, sir? I'm sorry, dear student. The same request can be forwarded to our control room, sir. He can understand you. I think Himal, sir, Himal Baran is a student. Okay, yeah, you can make the same request to sir, and on his request only I can do something new. I can't do some decisions on my own, because even I'm subordinate. I need to see what sir says. That's fine. You may be feeling little uncomfortable without voice, because writing takes time. It's time consuming. I can understand your sufferings, complexities. Well, Sissy had asked me, when the subject is every day, everybody, everyone, the question tag will be singular or plural. It's plural, Bob. It's plural. Question tag will be treated as plural. Well, Anjali has asked me a question. What is that question of may God bless you? The same thing I was saying, Anjali, though I answered it to many of your questions, but even I'm not satisfied with it because I can't put you in shadow. I need to see I need to see about it today. Even you will see this, because what is not possible nowadays, everybody has internet in your mobile, so you can check it, because it's exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence, actually, what is question tag of exclamatory sentence? I need to say it because we are human beings and there is incompletion with that. There is defect with us. So each and everything cannot be accessed by me, by one individual person. It takes time. So today, please provide me some time so that I can see and satisfy with your answer. Is that okay, Anjali? I can't tell you wrong answer, but as far as I know, I think may God bless you. That question will be shall I? Okay, as far as I know, but I'm not sure. Or mayn't I? I'm not sure about it. Even I'm confused. I will say this because exclamatory sentence. Please give me time today. Do it now and never. Do it now or never. Will you? Why you guys are always confused? Do is its main verb, and its main verb is in the beginning. It's imperative sentence, and you have to make negative. Do it now or never. Will you? Okay. One need not think of others. Needn't one. Needn't one. Anjali, even you can consult, even you can browse in the internet, you can see. Let's go to the movie theater. Let's go to the movie theater, shall we? So simple. These questions have already been answered. You know how to drive. Do you is the answer, or don't you? You know how to drive, don't you? You know how to drive, do you? You know how to drive, do you? Not don't you. You know how to drive, do you? One shouldn't do one's duty. One should do one's duty. Shouldn't one? Shouldn't one? I'm somewhat well. I'm somewhat well. Well, aren't I? Aren't I? It is out of the topic. What's saying? Out of the topic. Sir, how did you learn British accent? Himal asking me British accent. So, sorry. It's a language, and a language, can be learned by anyone. It's this is something personal. I just can't say this because to tell you the fact, to be honest, I had a British friend long time ago, and I spent a lot of time with her, and now no, she's no more. She's no longer here in Nepal. She has already gone back to her country, and maybe because of our friendship, my friendship with her, I learned the accent. Okay, and Malaysia and Indonesia are both located in Asia. Okay, Malaysia and Indonesia are both located in Asia, aren't they? Isn't it? It's fact, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? I do not think that it will rain tomorrow. I do not think that. Do I? Do I? Do I? Do I? Oh, thanks, sir. Himal. Okay, Kanchan has asked me. Rishan's gone to school, hasn't he? Hasn't he? Okay, next question. Anybody else? Rishan's gone to school. Okay, anybody ask question? Mother knows how to cook. Mother knows how to cook. Doesn't she? Doesn't she? If there is then do you? What is a tech question of he dares to oppose the boss? What is that question? He dares to oppose. Okay, listen. He dares to oppose Here, dares is used as an auxiliary verb. So daren't, if dares is used, is an okay, action verb. It's both action verb. So doesn't he, or yeah, doesn't he? That's fine. Doesn't he? No need. Right. Time off. Who says time off? Time off. Okay. Sir, this much for today. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you from control room, sir. Sir, I actually don't know your good name, sir, because we are not that much introduced. We just started with the class with short conversation because you trusted and so did I. I don't know what's your good name, but sir, anyway, I'll see this logo of your, of you to know your name. Thank you very much, sir. So, dear students, this much for today, and hoping to see you tomorrow in another class. Maybe tomorrow we will have some questions, discussion, and agreement. In tomorrow's lesson, dear students, you will come being prepared on agreement or concord tomorrow. Well, Ajay Mandal has asked me which college do you teach, sir. I have a lot of colleges to teach here in Mahendranagar. So we would call a taxi. What is it? We would call a taxi. Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? Okay. Bye. Okay. Thank you very much, dear students. Thank you so much.